In this video, we take you on an epic journey to one of the countries in the northwestern corner of the African subcontinent, to the land of Morocco, with a population of 378 million people. Morocco, a land of dramatic contrasts and ancient traditions, where the Sahara Desert meets towering mountains and bustling cities give way to serene coastlines. Known in Arabic as El Maghreb, El Aqsa, or the Extreme West, Morocco stands as a gateway between Africa and the Arab world, a place where history, culture and geography intertwine to create a unique and unforgettable experience. Morocco is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean to the west and the Mediterranean Sea to the north. It shares land borders with Algeria to the east and the disputed Western Sahara to the south. Just a short distance across the Strait of Gibraltar lies Spain, a reminder of Morocco's close ties to Europe. Morocco's geography is as diverse as its culture. The northern coast and interior are largely mountainous, featuring the Middle Atlas, High Atlas and the Lesser Atlas or Anti-Atlas ranges. These mountains not only shape the landscape, but also influence the climate and population distribution. The High Atlas Mountains reach impressive heights, with Mount Toubkal being the highest peak at 4,165 meters. Between the western coast and the mountains lies the Garb Plain, a fertile region that produces much of Morocco's agricultural products. This plain, along with other coastal plains, supports a significant portion of the population and economy. In the east and south, the landscape transforms into the vast Sahara Desert. Here, the population is sparse, concentrated in scattered oases along the Dra and Souks rivers. These oases are vital for agriculture and provide a glimpse into traditional desert life. For travellers to Morocco, it's essential to be aware of a few key considerations. Dress modestly, particularly when visiting religious sites. Learn a few basic Arabic phrases to enhance your interactions with locals. Be prepared to bargain in the souks and always respect local customs and traditions. Morocco has a very low crime rate and is considered as the safest country in Africa. However, it is best to avoid going out at night, particularly when the streets are empty. Join us as we explore the diverse landscape and rich culture of this wonderful land and its people. Stick around to the end of this video and feel inspired to explore for yourself. The Al-Mamlaka Al-Maghribiya, translated as the Kingdom of Sunset or Kingdom of the West. We begin our journey at the capital city of Rabat, the 7th largest city in Morocco. Local restaurants and abundant street food galore in quaintly painted alleys that stretch in all directions. One can visit the Kasbah des Oudayas, a majestic and splendid architecture embellished by the surrounding gardens, and the Hassan Tower, the minaret of an incomplete mosque surrounded by 200 columns, a testament to Rabat's history. After a relaxing day in Rabat, we continue with a deeper exploration of the beauty that awaits in this Moroccan adventure. We travel south from Rabat to the former imperial city of Marrakech, about 3 hours and 35 minutes on the road, and a distance of 326 kilometers. Also called the Red City, this city is known for its vibrant souks, historic palaces, and bustling squares. Marrakech isn't just another destination, it's a sensory explosion. As you enter the Medina, centuries collapse into moments. Narrow labyrinthine alleys whisper ancient secrets where every turn reveals a new marvel. The Jamar El Fnar Square transforms from a quiet morning marketplace to a thunderous evening carnival of snake charmers, musicians, storytellers, and culinary magicians. The Bahia Palace stands as a testament to Moroccan architectural brilliance. Each tile, each carved wooden ceiling telling tales of royal grandeur and artistic mastery. Beyond the architectural marvels, Marrakech pulses with a culinary tradition that transforms eating into a spiritual experience. Wander through traditional souks where spices like saffron, cumin and preserved lemons create symphonies of flavour that have been perfected over centuries. The Jamar El Fnar comes alive at night with food stalls, storytellers and performers, offering a sensory feast that embodies Moroccan culture. Marrakech's gardens are living museums of botanical artistry. The Menara Gardens, with their geometric precision and reflective pools, represent mathematical perfection merged with natural beauty. The city's traditional crafts represent more than economic activity. They are living cultural archives. Carpet weavers, metalworkers, and ceramic artists continue techniques passed through generations, each movement a silent narrative of cultural preservation. Our travel next is headed east of Marrakech to the desert fortress of Ait Benhaddou, a journey covering 195 kilometers and around 3 hours and 26 minutes on the road. In the foothills of Morocco's high Atlas Mountains lies Ait Benhaddou, a striking example of the stunning and traditional Berber architecture frozen in time. Emerging from the arid landscape like a mirage, Ait Benhaddou is a Khazar fortified village that represents the pinnacle of Moroccan desert architecture. This village is made entirely of mud brick buildings. Its multi-story structures, connected by narrow passages and defended by imposing walls, tell stories of trade, survival, and community resilience. Ait Benhaddou has long been an important stop along caravan routes between Marrakech and the Sahara Desert. Its historical significance and unique beauty have made it a favourite filming location for movies like Gladiator and Game of Thrones. Yet beyond its cinematic fame, the site remains a living testament to traditional Moroccan desert architecture and culture. Visitors can wander through its narrow alleys to explore kasbahs adorned with intricate carvings, or climb to the top for sweeping views of the surrounding desert plains. Nearby artisans craft traditional rugs and pottery, using techniques passed down through generations. Perfect souvenirs for those wanting to take a piece of Morocco home. For an unforgettable experience, join a camel trek into the desert at sunset, or enjoy dinner under starlit skies with Ait Benhaddou glowing softly in the distance. As we continue our travel further east of Marrakech, we reach the town of Ouarzazate, also known as the Gateway of the Sahara, where silence speaks volumes. The Sahara is not just a landscape, it's an emotion. In Merzouga, endless golden dunes rise and fall like frozen waves, creating a landscape so surreal it challenges human perception. As the sun descends, the desert transforms into a canvas painted with impossible colours, deep oranges, soft purples, and mysterious shadows. Imagine riding a camel across these timeless sands, following routes traversed by ancient caravans, feeling the profound silence that holds centuries of nomadic stories. When night falls, the starscape becomes so vivid, so close, that you'll feel like you can touch the universe. Traditional Berber camps offer an immersion into a lifestyle that has remained unchanged for generations. Nomadic Tuareg tribes have navigated these landscapes for millennia, developing sophisticated survival techniques that challenge modern understanding of human adaptability. Desert ecology reveals extraordinary stories of survival. Rare desert plants like the thorny acacia and resilient date palms demonstrate nature's extraordinary capacity for adaptation. The Sahara's soundscape is as profound as its visual landscape. The absolute silence is occasionally interrupted by wind movements, distant camel bells, or the subtle sounds of nocturnal desert creatures, creating a sensory experience that challenges urban conditioned perceptions. Our journey now takes us to the far west to the coastal city of Essaouira, also known as the Wind City of Africa, covering a distance of around 372 kilometres. Nestled on Morocco's Atlantic coast, Essaouira is a mesmerising port city that whispers stories of maritime heritage and cultural fusion. Founded in 1765 by Sultan Muhammad III, this city is a testament to architectural brilliance and historical complexity. The city, once known as Mogador, emerges from the coastline like a pristine white canvas, its fortified walls telling tales of centuries of trade, cultural exchange and resilience. Imagine wandering through narrow streets where Phoenician, Carthaginian and European influences blend seamlessly. The city's unique architecture, designed by French engineer Théodore Cornut, reflects a harmonious fusion of European military design and Moroccan artistic sensibilities. The maritime charm is palpable. Fishing boats bobbing in the harbour, seabirds circling above ancient ramparts, and the constant melody of Atlantic winds creating a symphony of maritime life. Essaouira's Jewish heritage adds another layer of historical depth. Once home to a thriving Jewish community, the city's cemetery stands as a poignant reminder of Morocco's multicultural past. The city's markets burst with local crafts, intricate woodwork, vibrant textiles, and the famous argan oil that has put this region on the global map. Next, we move along the western coast to the city of Casablanca, Morocco's modern heartbeat, a journey of 378 kilometres. Casablanca represents the pulsating modern face of Morocco. The Hassan II Mosque stands as the architectural crown jewel, a masterpiece that challenges architectural imagination. Constructed between 1986 and 1993, this mosque is an engineering marvel and is the third largest mosque in the world. The city seamlessly blends French colonial architecture with contemporary Islamic design, creating an urban landscape that tells the story of Morocco's complex historical journey. Wide boulevards lined with Art Deco buildings speak of the French Protectorate era, while modern districts showcase Morocco's economic ambitions. Casablanca's port, the largest artificial port in the world, symbolizes Morocco's strategic importance in Mediterranean trade. The city's culinary scene reflects its cosmopolitan nature. Traditional Moroccan cuisine mingles with international flavors, creating a gastronomic experience that mirrors the nation's cultural diversity. Moving on from Casablanca, we travel northeast to the Rif Mountains, to the quaint blue dream city of Chefchaouen, covering a distance of 338 kilometers on the road. This picturesque town offers a tranquil escape and a chance to explore the unique Berber culture of the region. Chefchaouen is poetry made visible. Every wall, every street, every corner is painted in mesmerizing shades of blue, from soft azure to deep cobalt. This isn't mere aesthetics, it's a historical narrative. Jewish refugees who settled here painted the town to reflect sky and heaven, creating a visual metaphor of spiritual aspiration. Walking through Chefchaouen feels like moving through a living watercolor painting. Local artisans continue centuries-old crafts, creating textiles, ceramics, and metalwork that tell stories of cultural resilience and artistic excellence. The blue color isn't merely aesthetic, but carries deep symbolic and historical significance. Jewish refugees who settled here believed blue represented heaven, creating a spiritual metaphor that transformed urban landscape into a meditative space. Chefchaouen's geographical positioning in the Rif Mountains has historically made it a refuge for diverse communities. During Spanish colonial periods and Morocco's independence struggles, these blue streets provided sanctuary for resistance movements and marginalized communities. The local textile traditions in Chefchaouen represent a complex cultural narrative. Terraced farming techniques developed over centuries allow communities to cultivate crops in seemingly impossible mountainous terrain, representing human resilience against geographical challenges. As twilight descends, Chefchaouen's blue walls capture and reflect light in extraordinary ways, creating a visual experience that transforms the entire urban landscape into a living, breathing artistic canvas that shifts with changing atmospheric conditions. Heading further north from Chefchaouen, we reach the international zone of Tangier. Perched at the northern tip of Morocco, Tangier has always been more than a city. It's been a global crossroads. Historically designated as an international zone from 1923 to 1956, Tangier became a sanctuary for writers, artists, and free spirits from around the world. Imagine walking streets that have hosted literary giants like Paul Bowles, William Burroughs, and Tennessee Williams. The city's architectural landscape reflects its international history, with Moorish palaces standing alongside Spanish-influenced buildings, French colonial structures, and traditional Moroccan Medina architecture. The Casbah Museum, situated in the former Sultan's Palace, offers a panoramic view of the city and the strategic Strait of Gibraltar. Tangier's cultural complexity is its greatest charm. Here, European, African, and Middle Eastern influences create a unique urban tapestry that defies simple categorization. Next, we head south from here, passing the city of Chefchaouen to reach our destination of Volubilis. Hidden in Morocco's northern landscape, Volubilis is an archaeological treasure that challenges perceptions of ancient civilizations and fondly known as the Roman Whisper. These Roman ruins, nestled in a fertile agricultural plain, represent one of the most remote and best preserved Roman sites in North Africa. Walking through Volubilis feels like traveling through time. Intricate mosaic floors, elaborate columns, and remnants of grand public buildings tell stories of a sophisticated Roman provincial city. Imagine standing in spaces where Roman administrators, local Berber populations, and traders from across the Mediterranean once converged. The site reveals complex cultural interactions, Roman architectural techniques blended with local Berber building traditions, creating a unique architectural language that speaks of cultural adaptation and exchange. Our journey from Chefchaouen now takes us to the historic city of Fez, covering a distance of 196 kilometers on the road. Fez is where history breathes. Its Medina is the world's largest car-free urban area, a living museum where traditional life continues exactly as it has for centuries. The city's architectural heritage extends beyond religious monuments. The Funduq Al Najarin, an 18th century merchant's inn, represents the complex economic networks that made Fez a crucial trading hub. This meticulously restored building now houses the Najarin Museum of Wooden Arts and Crafts, showcasing the extraordinary craftsmanship that defined Moroccan urban life. Fez, the cultural capital of Morocco, has a cultural significance that goes beyond its physical monuments. The fortified walls of Fez comprise a complex circuit of ramparts and gates surrounding the old Medina, built over centuries to protect and to control the city. The walls underwent a complex evolution over the centuries, with multiple phases of expansion, destruction, and reconstruction. The city represents a living archive of Islamic scholarly tradition. The Al-Qarawiyyin University, recognized as the world's oldest continuously operating university, symbolizes an intellectual legacy that predates European academic institutions by centuries. The city's traditional crafts are not merely economic activities but living cultural narratives. Leather tanneries, operating using techniques unchanged for centuries, offer visitors a glimpse into a world where human skill and environmental adaptation, creating products like bags, footwear, wallets and others of extraordinary hues and artistic expressions. Fez's urban fabric tells a story of multicultural coexistence. The historic Mellah, Jewish quarter, stands as a powerful testament to Morocco's tradition of religious tolerance, where Jewish and Muslim communities lived side by side, sharing cultural and economic spaces for generations. As we move further east to our final destination, we reach the Berber kingdom's backbone, the Atlas Mountains. Rising majestically between the Sahara Desert and Atlantic coastline, the Atlas Mountains are more than a geographical feature. They are a living civilization, stretching over 2,500 kilometers. These mountains represent the cultural and geographical spine of Morocco. The Berber people, indigenous inhabitants who have called these mountains home for thousands of years, have crafted a civilization that defies modern understanding of survival. Imagine traversing ancient mountain passes where traditional stone villages cling precariously to steep mountainsides, their mud brick houses blending seamlessly with rocky terrain. Each village, like the Timsift, tell a story of human resilience, where generations have cultivated terraced fields, maintained intricate water management systems, and preserved traditions that have remained unchanged for centuries. The High Atlas region, particularly around Imlil and Toubkal National Park, offers travellers a glimpse into a world where traditional mountain culture meets breathtaking natural beauty. From the bustling medinas to the tranquil deserts, from modern coastal cities to the green Atlas Mountains, Morocco offers a wealth of experiences for every traveller. Come and discover the magic of Morocco, a land where ancient traditions meet modern aspirations, and where the beauty of the landscape is matched only by the warmth of its people. Morocco is a country on the move, balancing its rich traditions with modern development. While cities like Casablanca are rapidly growing, efforts are being made to preserve the country's cultural heritage and natural beauty. Your support means a lot to us. Subscribe to Travel Indie for more travel inspiration. Until we meet again with another adventurous video, goodbye.